Things just continue to get worse for Netflix after the debut of The Witcher Blood Origin, a show that we knew was probably going to be a disaster based off of all the promotion, based off the fact that these writers, this showrunner, was very upfront, that they were way more focused on identity politics than they were with actually telling a good story. And on top of all of that, they decided they weren't going to respect the lore. In fact, they were going to change the lore of The Witcher to fit their own worldview, to promote their own agenda. So you knew it was probably going to be bad. I don't know if anybody knew it would be this bad. 8% audience score. The worst audience score we've seen for a Netflix original series of all time. The worst ever for Netflix. But maybe that's what happens when you decide to, again, focus on identity politics, focus on diversity and representation instead of an entertaining story. That's even how Netflix decided to promote it, with The Witcher account tweeting out 10 reasons to watch The Witcher. None of them had anything to do with great storytelling. None of them had anything to do with great writing. No, instead, the first kiss between two men and a deaf character who uses sign language. Yes, incredible, amazing. That'll really get people to watch. And now, predictably, just as we always see when things like this happen, the media is already coming out and trying to blame the fans. Trying to blame the fans for review bombing. It's interesting. Whenever the critics don't like something, it's not called review bombing, is it? I wonder why that is. It's only when fans don't like something that the accusation of review bombing goes out there. As if to say that people don't actually not like it, they're just saying they don't like it for some reason. But yes, indeed, we have it already. The Witcher Blood Origin is getting review bombed by Henry Cavill and novel fans. Weird. So you're telling me that fans of The Witcher, fans of this series, people who have been there a long, long time, they don't like this, so they're telling you that they don't like this? Is that review bombing? It sounds like it's just people that have opinions that you might not agree with, Emily Zogby. And it's really funny coming from CBR. As Data Racer points out, CBR is blaming The Witcher fans for review bombing Blood Origin on Rotten Tomatoes, even though CBR's own reviewer said the show stinks. You already knew these articles were coming, but this is just pathetic. And it's certainly not the only one out there. There's other articles. All you got to do is type in Blood Origin Review Bomb, and you'll see a bunch of them are starting to come out. Netflix The Witcher Blood Origin is getting review bombed. When fans like something and just blindly give it 10 stars, it's weird that you don't have any criticism of that. You're never upset about that. It's only when something comes out that maybe the person writing the article thinks it should get a good score because it's so diverse and it has so much representation. That's when you decide to label it review bombing. Henry Cavill and novel fans. Okay, you know what? If you are a fan of the Witcher novels, you have every reason in the world to hate this series. Because they change the lore, they change the legacy, they change the characters' bloodlines, they change everything because they have no respect for the source material. At the end of the day, that's why Henry Cavill left. Is there a connection between Henry Cavill announcing his departure, the way that all went about, and one of the reasons why people are upset? Yes, because we got all the confirmation we ever needed that The Witcher's writer room does not respect the source material, that these people, these freaks with pronouns in their bios, they do not care about respecting the source material. They just want to insert their own agenda. The Witcher Blood Origin has been review bombed by fans following the premiere of the limited series. The Witcher Blood Origin received a plethora of one-star reviews since its release on Netflix. While the series holds a 38% for the critics, it sinks even lower than 8% audience score. Many reviewers cite the dialogue and lack of Henry Cavill as the reason for the low scores. However, other fans have criticized the series as a poor adaptation of the author's The Witcher novels. Poor adaptation is an understatement. This completely portrays everything about The Witcher. And Netflix thought, at one point in time, they thought that The Witcher was going to be this great franchise. They're going to be able to do spin-offs, all this stuff. That is done. That is dead in the water. That will not be happening after this. Yeah, season 4 reportedly being filmed right now with Liam Hemsworth. We'll see what happens with that. Reportedly, they're trying to film seasons 4 and 5 like right back to back, right next to each other. Maybe because they know after this backlash, it might get canceled, so they're trying to get it filmed as quick as they possibly can. But it is clear and obvious that fans do not like this. And this is just the first little bit. I guarantee you, you're going to see a ton of articles out there coming out about how you're racist if you don't like this, you're sexist if you don't like this. And this show is so cringe and so woke and so focused on identity politics. It's one of the worst things I've watched. I got through the first 2 episodes and it was almost unbearable, to be quite honest with you. And in just the first couple minutes, Data Racer points out, first couple minutes, you can tell that it's going to be bad. White male sexually assaults barmaid, punches meddling female bartender. Diversity elf knifes him and names all his friends. Peasants cheer and then all sing together. Yes, and it turns out most white men in this series are pretty dumb. They're pretty stupid. They have to constantly be told what to do and why they're doing things wrong and how not to mess up by either black women or Asian women. That's really the role of white men in this series, at least from what I've seen. Not surprising. Again, this is what happens when you decide your focal point is going to be diversity and inclusion and representation and identity politics and agenda and gay kiss scenes and deaf people, all this stuff. When you decide that's what you want to focus on, everything else falls off a cliff. The people you hire are based off that. The people in the writer's room are based off those things as well. So you have people that aren't up to the task, that aren't up to the job, that aren't focused on telling a good story. All they want is representation, and as a result, everything suffers. We see it every single time. And now The Witcher Blood Origin is the latest example of this and potentially one of the best examples we've ever seen. Let me know your thoughts about all this in the comment section below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.
Thanks for watching, everyone, and a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my P.O. box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.